graduated from Bayshore High School, and I want to share my personal coming out story with you today in hopes to educate you about the transgender community a little bit and just give some insight to one of the lives of a transgender person, because everybody's story is different, so it's important to learn as many transgender experiences as you possibly can to be fully educated on this topic. So I'm just one of those stories, so that's important to note. I first came out as a lesbian before I even knew about what being transgender meant. I was the first out queer person in my middle school, which came with a lot of challenges. I was bullied every single day, and I went to Legally, and it was the first time in my entire life that I was able to make friends with people who were similar to me. And when I met Braden, it was like all the puzzle pieces connected together and a light bulb went off, and I realized, wow, this is what I am. This is why I feel so uncomfortable identifying as a lesbian. This is why I feel so uncomfortable with my body. It's because I'm actually transgender. And we sat up there and he asked me all these questions about it, and I was able to answer all of them, and we just sat up there for what felt like hours just talking about it, and it was the first time that I was able to get all of this off of my chest. And at this point, the LGBT Center gets a call from Tyra Banks, and they say, we need a youth that's getting bullied to come on the show. Although I wasn't out to many people, I realized that there were no young transgender people in the media. There was no positive influences for me, and I realized this. And when I realized this, I knew that I needed to go on the Larry King Live show so that I could show other transgender youth that they are not alone. After these 2 shows air, I go back to school, and now every single person in my school now knows that I'm transgender. So I walk into my school, and a teacher comes up to me and says, you can no longer use the girls' bathroom. I'm like, great, I don't want to use the girls' bathroom. And they're like, well, you can't use the boys' bathroom either. So where am I supposed to go to the bathroom for the extremely long school day? And also I went up to my principal and I told him what was going on, and he came down to the nurses' bathrooms himself, and he said Ryan could sign in with whatever name he chooses to sign in as. He could sign in as Superman for all I care. So I started signing in as Superman. Dad, we were yelling at each other by your front door. You invite me in, you calm down, I calm down, with tears rushing from my eyes. I tell you I'm depressed. I tell you how I can't shower with my eyes open. You finally understand. You finally get it. 'Cause after all, I always get so weird at this part in the winter. And I can't even tell if that was true love I felt when I kissed her. Don't you ever trust a boy with bedroom eyes. Don't you ever, 'cause it's a ploy. I tell my mind, 'cause I can't even trust myself when it comes down to the wire. Thank you. I left a little bit of time for some questions. You could ask me about anything. My family was really supportive about my surgery. My dad was a little weird about it at first, but he did end up coming to San Francisco to help me recover, so he was fine with it. And I would say it was a little awkward for the first couple of times that I had my shirt off in front of my family, but now it's not awkward at all. It's just completely natural. And yeah, it's definitely a horrible thing, and I think what we need to do is educate the youth. We need more people to stand up and go into schools and talk about bullying and talk about being different so that there's more acceptance. I think if we educate the youth, they'll carry the message on to the next generation of youth, and I think that's the way to stop the chain of madness. All right, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.